In today's video, we are reviewing It Cosmetics' new foundation that they launched. It's called Your Skin But Better Foundation, and apparently it's supposed to have a little bit of skincare magic in it as well. That's supposed to help improve our skin within 2 weeks of using this foundation, so it's really interesting that they've added that in promoting this product. Also, it's supposed to be really lightweight, medium coverage, and it's all supposed to have a natural finish, so I'm really excited to try it out and just see, as a combination oily skin type of girl that her T-zone gets oily real quick. I'm really excited to see, how does it feel on, how does it wear throughout the day, and just how much coverage does it give. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's review. As always, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this one, and let's jump on it. It's supposed to be a lightweight, medium coverage, very natural, radiant finish foundation. So I'm really excited to see, with my combination oily skin, just how it reacts throughout the day. And also, just to keep in mind, I usually use about 3 pumps of foundation covering the hyperpigmentation on the top of my cheekbones. So I'm really curious to see, how many pumps of foundation will I have to use today, and just see how it wears throughout the day, especially around the T-zone area. That's usually where I get the most oiliest. Also, keep in mind that I purchased this foundation online, so I'm hoping that it's the right shade. But when purchasing this foundation at Ulta, they did send me a free It Cosmetics brush, and this is their airbrush complexion brush, and this usually runs for $24, so I'm really excited to use this. And I'm going to be using the brush as well as my beauty blender, and just doing one side with the beauty blender and the other side with the brush, and then we can just see the differences of how they both are, how the applications are, and then we'll just go from there. So you guys, let's go ahead and do our foundation. It's been a hot minute since I've used a complexion brush like this one to apply my foundation, so I'm really curious to see how I do. But I'm really excited as well because it just brings me back to the good old days when I would always use brushes like this to apply my foundation before using a beauty blender. So I've already applied about 2 pumps of foundation on my brush. I will say the formulation of this foundation is very watery, so that is really interesting so far. I'm kind of a little nervous just because formulas that are a little bit more watery, I feel tend to not last as long on my skin complexion. I don't know, I just feel like all of my other foundations are a little bit more thick in their consistency, so I expect them all to be, a little bit more thicker, the formula. But I'm just gonna go ahead and blend everything out. Move on to applying foundation using my beauty blender. I've already applied 2 pumps of foundation on my beauty blender, but I do want to mention really fast, using the It Cosmetics, what is this called? Airbrush Complexion Perfection brush. This was really nice to apply. It's really soft, it's really dense, and I just feel like it did a really good job blending everything out really nicely. It kind of forgot how easy it was. So the coverage is definitely there. This is 2 pumps of foundation, and I think it looks really, really nice. It blended really evenly. I mean, you can see a side-by-side comparison right now of before and after. So I really like that. It does have a really natural, radiant finish without looking a little too dewy for my liking. So we'll see how it wears throughout the day. So let's go ahead and apply our foundation. Applying my foundation on my left side of my face. You guys, I do want to mention that I applied 1 extra pump of foundation, especially on the top of my cheekbone, just because that's where the hyperpigmentation is. And for some reason, using the beauty blender, I felt like I needed more coverage, so that is why. So I'm kind of blown away because I used the brush and I only used 2 pumps of foundation, and it covered my hyperpigmentation and everything so nicely. So that is something to keep in mind. You will be using more product using a beauty blender. So just as an FYI, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup off camera, and I should be back in about an hour. That's how long it takes me to finish doing my makeup. It is currently, what is it? 11:34. I'll be back in an hour, you guys, and give you a update on how it's looking. It is currently 1:02, you guys. I just finished getting ready, and now I'm here giving you my first check-in. So far, this is how my skin is looking, and let me tell you, it feels really lightweight on my skin, like air. It definitely feels like skin. It hasn't creased and hasn't separated. It worked really well, you know, while I was doing my makeup with the other products that I was using. So no complaints whatsoever at this moment in time. I will check in with you guys in about maybe like 2-3 hours and do my second check-in, and then I'll do like my last and final a few hours after that. So just as an update, and you guys, I will see you in a little bit. This is my second check-in with you guys. It is 4:25, and here is how my skin is looking so far. And I'm not complaining. I've applied highlighter on my face, but other than that, it doesn't look oily. It looks really clean. It feels really nice on the skin. It doesn't feel oily. Yeah, you know that moment when your skin starts feeling oily and you start noticing a downhill from there? It doesn't feel like that yet, so I'm really happy. And so far, it's doing a really good job. So no creasing, no separation. I've noticed a little bit of creasing under the eyes, so that is the only thing, but that also can be my concealer. So, you know, we can't knock it too much, but it's something to take note. Also around the nose or laugh lines or smile lines, I haven't really noticed much creasing. So far, so good. You guys, I will check in with you for my last and final check-in in a few hours. All right, you guys, it is currently 7 o'clock. I am doing my last and final checkup with you guys. This is pretty much how my skin is currently looking. It's definitely barely getting oily in my T-zone area. Keep in mind that I have not applied any powder or used any blotting sheets. I've allowed this foundation to run its full course throughout the day. Also keep in mind this foundation is supposed to be lightweight, medium coverage, and it's supposed to have a really natural radiant finish. So I will say it is definitely lightweight. The consistency of this foundation is fairly watery, so I was really surprised with that, especially because it's supposed to, since it's watery, it's a medium full coverage, so I wasn't used to that. I'm usually used to foundations that are medium coverage to be a little bit thicker in the consistency, but I really like this. And this is also supposed to have a really natural radiant finish. It really does, without being too luminous, so it worked out well for me. I'm really happy of how it felt on. It feels like I don't have anything on, to be honest, right after I applied this foundation. It was really easy to blend as well with my beauty blender and using the Precision complexion brush that I received as well. I really liked using the brush. I felt like I used less product using the brush than using my beauty blender, just because on the right side of my face I used 2 pumps of foundation, and on the left side I found myself using 3 pumps of foundation while using my beauty blender, so that is something to keep in mind. But I really love the foundation. It felt really light on my skin. I'm really surprised that after 8 hours of wearing this foundation, it's barely getting oily, which I'm really impressed. And I just love how there is no creasing on my face, especially around the nose or smile lines. And yeah, no separation or anything like that. It's held up fairly well. And I really love the color that I picked. I got really lucky. I picked the perfect shade. This is in medium neutral 31, in case you guys are interested. So I personally really love this foundation. I feel like it worked really well for me, and I am going to continue using it. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. As always, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this one. And you guys, I will see you all in my next video. I love you guys so much. Bye!